welcome to A Year in the Life. My name is Daniel. Today's going to be a little bit more of an ad-lib day because I know what I had planned was doing a little bit of meal prep and getting some chicken cooked and getting a little bit of that done today. I ended up just not having time. I had the day off and I made some plans with my dad instead. I wanted to spend some time with family and wanted to hang out a little bit, and we ended up having a good time, hanging out for most of the day until played D&D later on in the day with some of my friends. But I just wanted to make this video about making sure to spend time with people you're close to. You know, I've found it to be important to make sure that you spend time with those that you would like to be close to, and making sure that you have enough time for the people in your life that you want to be familiar with and you want to spend time with, and making sure that you have that time set aside to make those relationships stronger and closer is a big part of life. And today that's what I ended up doing, I guess. I spent some time making sure that my overall house was in order, that I could have people over, I guess, to make sure everything looked nice. And so then I got to spend some time with family. I have had some circumstances in my past where, there's some family that I can't spend time with anymore. And that can shine a light as long as you have good relationships with the family that you'd like to spend time with. It can shine a light on how important spending time with people can be, and making sure that you have that extra bit of time to really dedicate to forming and making sure those relationships are solid and healthy, I suppose. Anyway, it's nice to have that. And so today, while I didn't have time to prep a meal, I made sure that I had enough time to spend some time with my dad instead. We ended up building some Legos, actually. I had a Lego Death Star from when I was a kid that my grandma bought me when I was a child, and it broke over the course of my life, over the course of moving from house to house, and it eventually fell into disrepair as I was moving, as life was going on, and I never spent the time to put it back together. And my dad has been helping me over the last year or two, because it's a big Lego set. He's been helping me over the last year or two to help me kind of find those missing pieces that were no longer with my set anymore. And we'd go out to a brick store to find those little bits that we were missing, and we would find specifically the pieces that we needed to make sure that the set could go on, and kind of repair the little bits of this childhood Lego set that I had built when I was, I think, 10, 15 years ago now, nearly 16 years ago, I guess. And putting that back together and spending that time to make sure that this was fixed and in operating order. There's still a couple pieces missing. That we have to find and make sure fit in the right place. I'm dusting off the Lego set because it's accumulated a thick layer of dust. But, making sure that we do those things to maintain, I don't know, some semblance of a happy childhood. Remember what we can that was happy. Keeping those little pieces and putting pieces back together can be healing, I suppose. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my dad as a kid, so it really does help when you get to spend time with your family, the ones that you would like to be close to as an adult. And I don't know, but now, even though there's still some missing pieces, it's pretty much put together. It's pretty much done. There's, I think, just 3 more missing pieces that I could find at the moment. We didn't go through every single layer tidbit by tidbit, but we found those 3 missing pieces. And, well, I should say we will need to find those 3 missing pieces and that might take some time to find those pieces because there's only three. It's a really large set. There's a lot of stuff going on in it, and three pieces can be pretty small. Those are things that can wait to another day. That we don't have to work with right now. And so the next thing that we want to do is work on building something new, building something that I haven't built before, not repairing something from when I was a kid, not repairing or building another Lego set and keeping that kind of, I don't know, not that Lego sets are childish, but kind of like childhood wonder in a way. I love my Lego sets. I have plenty of them and I still buy them. But now I think we're wanting to work on, I don't know, a different project, something new, something we haven't worked on before. And that'll be fun. And so I'm kind of taking this as a nice day of relaxation and reconnecting, I guess connecting in general. I don't know. That's just the general thoughts for the day. D&D was fun. I do that every Monday, and I always have a good time with friends, people that I share a good connection with, and it's good to make those times for people. Didn't have a ton of other thoughts for today, but I appreciate you following along. Hopefully, I can do that meal prep tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not sure, but one way or another, I'm gonna try to get a workout in tomorrow. I have been doing well on cutting weight, but I still want to maintain that muscle mass. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll check back in with you tomorrow, and we'll go on to that next step. I appreciate you watching. Thank you, and bye.